The first trace that I found was 26th of April 2007, when EQT5 was buying up the Scandic hotels, and the Commission wrote, EQT, finance or investor, controlled by Investor AB of Sweden, is active in different fields. This is repeated by during many monopoly checks in Europe concerning the EQT group. Thus, directly or indirectly and indisputably, EQT is dominated and controlled by Investor AB. But why did Investor AB create EQT? It appears that it needed a less visible branch for its riskier and more doubtful investments. It was also necessary that the speculative investments could not damage the noble investments such as Electrolux, Husqvarna, SAS, the airline, Atlas Copco, the military part of Saab, the military part of Scania, etc., which are all companies controlled or dominated by Investor. But above all, the enormous potential profits had to be sheltered from the greedy Swedish taxmen. So they set up EQT in the tax haven of Guernsey in the Channel Islands. For your information, 35 years ago, I set up my own company with a similar structure, a letterbox company in Jersey with a local public notary as a director. I paid £1,000 each year to the Jersey authorities and paid no other tax on profits. At the time, there was plates of over 500 companies on the column at the entrance to Lloyd's Bank, St Helier, Jersey. Fortunately, I risked nothing 30 years later. I tried to phone EQT fund in Guernsey. Unfortunately, the local director, who is the only local employee, he's on holiday for 2 weeks, so I was told to phone to EQT in London. Okay, but who controls Investor? Because it appears to be the top of the pyramid. Well, almost the top. It's the company FAM, which groups together the different Wallenberg charitable foundations. The Knut and Alice Wallenberg Foundation, the Marianne and Marcus Wallenberg Foundation, the Marcus and Amalia Wallenberg Foundation. Some of these go back for 60, 70, 80 years. But my answer will be again with moderation. At each level I am told or read, we are simply minority investors in that company. We do not control it. Therefore, it is more politically correct to say one company is dominated by another company. Now, to answer your question, it's the Wallenberg family, and above all the FAM, grouping the charity foundations, who dominate Investor AB. FAM has 22.3% of the shares, but 48% of the voting rights of Investor AB. If you combine that with the Skandinaviska Enskilda Bank, who also has shares in Investor, which is a bank controlled by the Wallenberg family, we easily go over the 50%. So there's no doubt that they are controlled by. But I would like to read the objectives displayed on their site. FAM's vision is to enable scientific research and education for the benefit of the country, that's to say Sweden, by being a committed and value-adding owner. FAM's ambition is that the Wallenberg Foundation remains Sweden's most respected private funder of scientific research and education, by being a committed, long-term and discerning owner of successful companies, with an efficient management of research and educational funds, as well as the supporting the position of research in society. The aim of the Foundation Asset Management, FAM, is to manage assets of the company and the foundations by being discerning and committed. They must have been very sad when, in early 2010, the chairman of Investor AB, Börje Ekholm, presented his excuses to the shareholders of FAM. Sorry, let's be more precise. He presented his excuses to the shareholders of Investor, but that's basically FAM. We have managed only 18% on our assets in 2009, instead of the planned 20%. And the shareholders have the right to be disappointed. Okay, you're talking about the Wallenbergs. I'm talking about the Wallenbergs, but why do I talk so much about Jacob Wallenberg? Why him in particular? The buck stops here. The bucket full of water which is passed along a chain of people to put out the fire, the last person in the chain has to put the fire out. It's a very strange English expression, and it was once used by a US president to explain why he could not pass the responsibility on to anyone else. Mr. Jacob Wallenberg does not have anyone above him, except perhaps God, because the Wallenbergs are an old family of Calvinists, severe Protestant Christians, who consider, and I agree with them, that to earn money is not shameful. On the other hand, one should not be ostentatious. The family motto of the Wallenbergs is to be and not to be seen. Okay? What can Mr. Jacob Wallenberg do for us? That's PCT and Cher. He can, initially, without forgetting his responsibility to his shareholders, think about two other responsibilities of the company. Towards his employees at PCT that he's planning to fire, and towards the local community of Cher, leaving a 15-hectare site with 60,000 square meters of floor space, polluted with asbestos and other dangerous products. Amongst the tens, perhaps the hundreds of billions of euro which he dominates and controls, there are at least two possible solutions. To keep PCT ceramics activity in Cher, and or to find a company that Mr. Wallenberg dominates who could be transferred or installed in Cher. The future of our young citizens, and the not so young, is in your hands, Mr. Jacob Wallenberg. How should I answer a recent question to me from a teenager? But is there any future for me in once this Swedish gentleman has destroyed us?